Greetings and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. This is another episode of our Icelandic saga, and this is going to be the first episode I'm going to play with the latest version of the game. So if you have followed the previous episodes of this series, you might have noticed that I was playing on an older version of the game. That was also explaining why as a tribal ruler I was not having access to royal court, which is something that was later on introduced with the previous patch. But now that I have updated the game to the latest version, of course things will be different, and one of the first change we might notice, it will be exactly this one. What I would like to do in this episode is to start adopting feudal ways, which is quite an important change, I will say. So I will mainly focus on that today, but first let's take a quick look at the notifications. So of course the very first one is about the royal court, as I was saying, because now it's something that we have available. I'm above domain limit, but right now I would rather stay above domain limit. And then my heir is unmarried, and my heir is Björn Haraldsson. He is just 16 years old. He has two nice inheritable traits. It will be nice to have also then the beautiful trait, but I don't know if there are options available, also considering that I would like to form an alliance, ideally. Yeah. And without the alliance, there will be the possibility, but yeah, maybe we should wait. So for the moment I will not arrange the marriage for my heir. And the other notification, I think it's the ordinary stuff. Should probably raid here around in this area. Let's do it. Let's try to farm a little bit of gold before we adopt feudal ways, as we will need it. Let's raid all this territory here of Westphalen, and then we can go back to our territories to deliver the loot. Okay, I've recruited and converted all the prisoners that we captured in these raids. In the meantime, my soldiers are moving back to my territories. Inspired person can be sponsored. Tini has the metalsmith inspiration. She wants to forge regalia. She's very competent at her craft. I mean, 55 units of gold. It will be nice, but I don't really need it, to be honest. And here we have Suoinna, the fornicator. She's ostracized. All option will give me stress. I think we can risk a little bit of piety. Family comes first. And let's hold court now that we have the chance. It cost us 50 of prestige. And we summon the first one. A trader uncovered. I caught Haskell here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Blekinge. What should we do with him? So if I cut his head is an act of tyranny, I can imprison him because that's not considered as a tyrant act. Let's do it. Then my impressive champion Jorundr bows before me, his trusty mace glinting at his side. I've served you faithfully, my liege. I bid you invest me with my own lands in your kingdom. Other lords have been given more for far less. I could go for the fine mace. That is a lovely mace, Jorundr. Let's go for this. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Reykjavik. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician was called. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. Why didn't you invite me? I gain dread but lose court grandeur. Yeah, I think I can just tell my court physician to stop this thing of, experimenting on dead bodies. He will lose a little bit of opinion, but after all, the county will get safe cemeteries for 10 years. Let's upgrade a little bit. It will cost, but it is fine. Let's call a hunt. To farm prestige. Because we need to go up the tribal authority. So let's keep raiding. Blackmail. I have evidence of your attempted murder of Inga Svavarsson, my haunt. If you wish for my silence, you will do as I say. This is High Chieftain Bjorn, my vassal and champion. He will most likely place himself at the council if I accept. Let's do it. Now let's try to have him killed. We have the possibility to unlock another dynasty legacy, and I might go for, blood we already got a lot. Let's go for intrigue. Dread gain plus 20%, natural dread plus 15. Not bad. Let's discourage the other rulers to move against us. And in the meantime, I killed my chieftain who was threatening me. He blackmailed me, so now he learns his place. Let's declare a war here. It's a good chance for another expansion. It's not exactly that I wanted to expand, but we have a chance, so let's do it. And we won also this war, very good. We also seized the Riga saga, an inventory artifact. Expand all armies, very good. Let's keep. So now we have 63 de jure counties of the 96 that are needed for the Empire of Scandinavia. Fine, but unfortunately we're still far away from the possibility of adopting feudalism, which was what I really wanted to achieve in this episode, and I think we will not really be able, but we can still see how far we can go. And maybe it is also time to take care of my daughters. So Inna is not married, for example. Matrilineal marriage, let's do it. I think it's time to search again for a wife for Bieyanara's son, my son. Still there are no pretty girls. At least not granting the alliances. Let's do it. I'm not too happy because she's old, but in case they will divorce, I hope they can still manage to have at least one kid. Finger bones of a king. My lord, I have an artifact of grand illusion, with which you may convince all you possess magical power. I will not play the puppet master. I gain 75 of piety. I do enjoy some wriggling. Every child in the court gains 10 of opinion for you in 5 years. Let's take it. Why not? Maybe I should go here and raid Ireland again. Might be an option. Let's reunite our armies and then we leave. I think we have collected some gold already. We have another perk available. I can call another hunt. We will do it too. I can hold court. There are some people I can ransom. Demand conversion recruit. Demand conversion. Can we cook? Demand conversion. Demand conversion recruit. Ooh la la, I'm risking my life here in this challenge. 75% of chances of winning this prowess challenge. Should I risk it already? I don't want to spend prestige, but let's do it. And we have also the possibility to all court again. Let's do it. It will cost me 50 of prestige again, but fine. Dust to dust. So basically they are complaining that back in Iceland they are starving and they need a little bit of financial support. Let's go for this investment. Then the next challenge at our court, merging of cultural identities. The hairy stick with anticipation as my rival and vassal chieftain Grimr approaches me. My lord, I come with great news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's becoming increasingly clear that the Norwegians and Sami Norse are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It's paramount that we show them that it is us, Sami Norse, who are at the forefront of innovation. Okay, let's go for this second option. It's a little bit more moderate, but it will also give us prestige. So arrange for an exhibit to show off our grandest accomplishment. Fine. Addressing the corruption. I cannot fix the problem with the resources I have. I ask for any aid that you can spare. My steward can offer you advice. Let's go for this. And my business here is done for today. So, and this is very nice. Now the Norse Faith has access to the Great Holy Wars. I mean, I will not use them yet, but it's of course good. Day drinking. The drunken antics of my champion Eric have been the subject of court gossip before, but lately seem to have taken them to a whole new level. Eric can sober up in the dungeons. This is nice. And it's a fair reason to imprison him, apparently, so why not? Of course he will lose opinion, but it's fine. And I will gain dread. Then we have a diplomatic challenge that I have only 60% of chances of winning, and yeah. Or I could make him my court jester. That could be an option too. Now let's go for the first. We move to high tribal authority, which is good, but now we will need to wait for other 10 years. And this of course is not ideal, because I think I will at that point most likely adopt feudal ways with my heir and not with King Ara. So guys, I will say then that maybe we can close the episode here. We managed to expand further our territories, but honestly I was hoping to do something else in this episode. I wanted to adopt feudalism, but then I realized that actually it takes quite long to move from one tribal authority to the next one, so I didn't consider this. I was just taking into account the prestige that is required to move from one step to another. I didn't consider the time, and this of course screwed a little bit my plans for adopting feudalism, which is something we cannot do most likely with King Hara, even though with the focus on medicine he will live longer than expected. But let's see, maybe it will surprise us. But it will be also a little bit unfortunate to move to feudal ways shortly before the death of the ruler. And then guys, I can only invite you to keep following the next episode of this saga to see how it will be then the move to feudalism, when we will be actually able to adopt finally feudal ways. But that's all for today. So guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers!